sometimes they get in the half guard here. We hold the underhook, then grab the head. So a lot of times you're here in this position, right? Sometimes people, they lock their leg like this. When you lock your leg, you just hold, right? You're not gonna pass the guard here. Or if you open your leg, sometimes they open the leg like this, or they try to put their hips on the floor like that. Okay, I don't like to put the hips on the floor like this, okay? Only if I grab the lapel. So if I turn around here, and I open his lapel, and I grab here, then I can put my hips on the floor because it's hard for him to turn right now. But if you're just holding the head like this, don't drop your hips on the floor because then he can use this arm to bump you to that side, okay? So make sure you trap the arm. I like to keep my hands like linked right here, and I like to grab like this, especially if you have a long arm, okay? So there's two things you can do here. One is put pressure of your shoulder over his face, okay? So use your shoulder over his face. Two is hooking his shoulder, okay, with your hands, and not putting too much pressure on his face. Okay, so for this one, you're not gonna have your hands like right here, okay, like over his shoulder. So you're gonna scoop your hands under, and you hook his shoulder blade. And notice that now Pablo cannot put his back on the floor. It's hard, so he's a little bit sideways, and that's what I want. Okay, the position that I wanna do is like a knee cut. I'm gonna do a knee cut. But first, my intention is to take my shin out, so my knee out. So just like have my shin inside in between his legs. Okay, once I do that, it's gonna be easy for me to pass his guard. Okay. But I'm not gonna use my hands. I'll use my other leg to take my leg out. Okay. So I'll be here. I'll grab, and I need to have this side of his thigh on the floor. Okay. That's why I don't put too much pressure on his face, because then I cannot have that thigh on the floor. Especially Pablo, if you start turning this way, it's going to be hard for me to use this leg over his leg. So I want to put the hook over his leg. Okay? So I need to move this way here. Okay? As much as I can, having his thigh on the floor. Okay? Once his thigh is on the floor, notice that my knee is right under his armpit. Okay? Just like in the side control, when you hear and you want his arm over your left, like this, over your leg, you're gonna do the same thing, but it's from the half guard, okay? So you don't want to have your knee away from his armpit, okay? So you're gonna be here, you control, and then you come like really close. Now, because my knee is touching his armpit, it's easy for me to wipe my leg over, and I put my hook inside his thigh here. And with this part of my foot, I'll push his calf, the top of his calf. So my intention is to staple his leg on the floor and push the calf. Okay, so I'm here. I go one, push the calf. Now look, it's easy for me to take the other leg out. And I'll be like a hooks guard from the top. Okay, I have both hooks in. Okay? And right now, Pablo tried to get the half guard. He's trying to move here. So it's hard for him to move. I just keep his knees apart of each other using my hooks. Now I'll decide what I'm gonna do. I can go straight to mount, like this, okay? Or I can just wipe my leg to the side, here, passing his guard, okay? I just need to make sure that I have a good balance, okay, on top. Because you try to turn me that way, not this way. Because to this side here, I'll have my legs. Okay. To the other side, I cannot post my hand on the floor, and my head is on the side, so you have a high chance to turn it that way. So just pay attention to balance. Okay. So again, so here, grab his shoulder, scoop my arm under his shoulder blade, bring him close to me, and I have my knee really close to his armpit. Now I wipe the leg over, making the hook. Push, 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 push. Take my kneecap out, okay? Once my kneecap is out, now it's time for me to have my shoulder on his face, okay? Pablo, try to bridge that way. If you try to bridge this way, you can use your head on the floor. And what I like to do is to wipe my leg this way. I don't try to mount if you bridge that way. Because when I mount here, if a guy here, Pablo, bridge and I mount, he can turn me like this, okay? So if I feel he's bridging, don't try to mount, all right? But if he's turned to your side, then you can mount if you want, okay? First, I take my legs out. I keep like a hook guard like this, okay? And I'll decide what I'm gonna do according to his reaction. If Pablo is turning this way, I can mount to him. If you turn the other way, I feel like I'm about to get swept. I wipe my legs out and I land to the side. Okay? The second time. One more time fast. 1, 2. Now look, if his thigh is not on the floor here, it's hard for me to get that hook. So walk this way to bring his leg to the floor. Now you push, take the leg out. Oh, he's not breathing? Okay, mount. Oh, he's breathing. Get the side control, okay? Notice that when I land on side control, I always put his arm over my leg here. Okay, and my tiptoes on the mat, knees apart. I don't stay like this. And if you escape the hips, I can chase him, okay? And this elbow here, always connected, okay? Always bring inside. To keep pressure, it's hard for him also to escape the hips, okay? You guys have any questions? Yes.
Às vezes, quando eu tenho que fazer essa posição, eu tiro o meu joelho e a pessoa fica segurando bastante meu pé na guarda. E aí eu tento levantar o meu quadril para tirar o pé
Para fazer o knee cut.
E eu ou perco meio que a pressão em cima da pessoa, ou acabo perdendo o equilíbrio.
Yeah, she said that sometimes her leg gets trapped here, like this, right? And then. É. Mas você usa essa perna aqui? Também?
Pra tentar tirar.
But if, like, she's asking me, like, when she got here, sometimes she feels like she gets trapped here a lot, and she can pass the guard. Okay. So I don't suggest you to go for a knee cut here. Try to keep like this, and the goal is to keep his knees apart. So I'm stapling this leg on the floor, and I'm pushing this leg here. Like I'm doing this. I'm opening his legs, you know? So if I keep here, but I don't open the top leg as well, so he's gonna be really strong. Squeeze hard, Pablo. Right here. So I start to open his legs like this. Look, you see that my both of my feet are near his knee, like inside, like a hook guard. So once I open like this, it's easier for me to escape. Okay, I need to just open his leg. Okay. When I say it's like a hook guard, is because it's kind of like I'm playing like this, you know. It's the same, but from the top. After I get here, I want to be here, okay, on this position, all right? So let's work on that. If you have any question, let me know. I'll walk around. 1, 2, 3. When you got here, this position is very powerful and very important for you to keep yourself here as long as you can. Okay, that's why even like in the IBJJF, they give you advantage after your opponent like recover the guard, because there's an advantage here for me, you know, because my chest on his chest. I'm here. Once I get here, I'm halfway to pass his guard. Okay, this is very strong. All right. So again, keep your knee close to his armpit. Walk to the side so then you can wipe the leg over and start pushing. Okay. And when you push, you hook. Okay. So your hook needs to be alive. Don't push with your foot like flattening like this, okay? So staple his leg on the floor and then start like taking my knee out. Don't try to knee cut because then he's gonna trap both feet, okay? So always put the leg to the other side, kind of like you're going to mount, okay? And keep this on the floor as much as you can, okay? Spreading his legs out. But sometimes your opponent, he's gonna put an issue when you get here. What position you gonna make? Like this. Okay, you get in this position here. Now look, if I try to put my leg there, it doesn't work. Okay? It's hard. What I do is this, look, I go 1 and 2. Okay, so I already staple his leg. Okay? Okay. From here, I take advantage of his feet is not like locked. Okay, I go 1. I need to squeeze with my hips over his leg, and I'll push the bottom leg with the inside part of my knee. Like this, and then I'll wipe over. Okay? After I do that, I need to beat the top leg. I cannot just simply go this way. Okay, past his guard. So right now I'm not hugging him so you guys can just see that. So if I try to sprawl and start passing like this, it's not a good idea. It maybe works, but sometimes you put the knee underneath of me, the bottom knee, and then you start recovering the guard. Okay. So again, it'll be here. I go 1, 2, and then if I try to do that, maybe it work, maybe. But sometimes like they recover the guard. Okay. So I like to go 1, 2, and I like to go with my top leg right over the inner thigh, over the knee. So I go like this here. Now what I do, I scoop his legs with this knee here like this, and then I pass his guard. So I go here. From here, Pablo's making the knee shield. I'm hugging him super tight. I don't want to have his shoulder on the mat here. Okay, I want to keep him sideways. That's my intention. That's why I put the arms like right under his shoulder blade. Try to put your back on the floor, but it's hard. So I'll pass. I go 1, 2, first step. Second step, I go here, look. See? Now, I stretch the leg and push him out. Then I pass his guard. Okay? If you feel comfortable with the sprawl, you can do it. Sometimes I do the sprawl too. I go 1, 2, and I can surprise my opponent just like moving like this. But I don't do like this. Okay? I go always with my leg like this. Top leg forward. I feel I have more balance than this. Okay? Then, as soon as I pass, I go back with my hips. Then I control him. Okay? Step 1, wipe. Every time he's doing a knee shoot on you, if you're close or if you're a part of him or away, your chest away, so you always can wipe your leg like this. And then you're gonna be free, okay? If his leg is locked, lock your legs like this, and he's still able to get a knee shield, just squeeze his knee super tight down, and his leg is gonna open, okay? So usually it's gonna be, most of the time the legs open like this. 1, 2. You can either go with the top knee between your legs, okay? Or wipe and then nice sprawl. And then start pressing. There you go with the guard. Knowing that when you sprawl, you have a chance to recover the guard, so you gotta be super tight and super strong as well. So hold him super tight. Okay? Let's work on this. Okay? Yes?
When you're in the mount, when you have your grip like this, when you place your head on the mat, the first time I did it, I still lost my base. The second time I was able to move faster. But is there a place where you put your head?
Yes. I try to put as far as I can. So if I mount, after you mount?
Yeah, you're in that mount.
Like this.
Yeah.
And then you go here, it's gonna bridge, go up. I go, I do this with my arms. So if I keep like this, I can go too far, go up, like, I'll be here, then he can turn. So when he goes, go up, I stretch my arms, I got the base, and then he's gonna give up, then I can go back, or I can just wipe my leg out. So you just like, do this so you can have more distance. Okay? All right, let's go 1, 2, 3. we know what to do if you just lock his leg. Okay, so you can staple the leg, or if you put a knee shield, you wipe your leg, and then your goal is to go over here. But a lot of people ask me, Professor, if his arm is on the waist, so I cannot put my knee here. Okay, so you can go with your kneecap over his arm like this. Like you staple his arm. That's his guard. It's even bad for him. It's not really good for him. It's gonna feel really uncomfortable. Okay. The other thing that your opponent will do here is putting this hook inside, like this. Yeah, a lot of times you're in the half guard, they put that hook like this. So then, for example, I'm here, I got here, he's gonna put that little hook right there. And when you feel that hook there, you feel, oh, it's gonna be hard for me to pass right now, right? Why? Because most of people, I don't do that because I learned like how to pass this. But when you don't know, you just keep walking this way. But then what happens, he can even like sweep you like this. Or he's gonna lift you and make you off balance, and then you gotta open your arms and then he recover the guard, okay? So what I do here, when I got here, and he got the hook, put the hook on, which is really good for him. I walk to the side of the hook. I walk this way. And now with the other leg, I cross over his body, like this. And once I'm here, I'll decide to pass his guard to the same side that I'm walking, which is this one. And he's not gonna take her back because you're underhooking his arm. Try to go to my back. It's really hard for him to go to your back. If my forearm is under his arm, it's hard for him to go to my back. He's only able to go to my back if I go like this. If I grab like this, okay, then he can start turning, and he's gonna take her back. But if your arm is here, okay, so there's no problem, okay? But what I like to do, I like to go back to mount. I like to just frame my shin here and go back to mount. So I'm here, probably gonna put a little hook, then start working probably. Probably start work, I'll walk this way. Just keep my leg open and walk this way. Now I knee cut this way, look. Here, I keep this frame here. Notice that my hook is here, see? Once I pass this leg, I put my hand on the floor, and I go back to mount. Okay? You can pass the guard, or you can go back to mount, okay? But never try to run away from the hook, okay? Naturally, when you get the hook here, we want to go this way, okay? So we go this way here, okay? His hook is powerful and strong if I keep moving this way, okay? But he loses the strength when I go to the same side, like this. And I cross my leg over, see that? That's what I do here. Okay. One more time. So I'm here with Pablo. You got the little hook there, especially guys like Pablo with small legs. They can do like that. So different angle. Here with the little hook, I go. Put my head on the floor, see? Knee cut. And it's kind of like a knee on belly, but the wrong way, you know? Instead of the other shin, you put it this one here. Okay? Don't keep her foot flat. Like try to keep your hook around his body, okay? So you're powerful here. And now, easily you can bring this leg here, scoop under his thigh, and then go back with the knee on belly. If you want, or just pass the guard. So when I pass the guard this way, here, go. So I'm here, I start moving, then I go here, then I pass his guard here to this side, okay? I establish, I get my points, but I don't want to stay here for so long, okay? Because there's not much that I can do here, right? So I go back with the knee on belly and wipe my leg over, and I land to the other side again. Okay, so we just pass, hold, get your points, and then go back. Don't stay there for so long. Okay? Any questions?
So that's just one question. Like when you go into the shinka like that, you let your hands go straight to, right?
Yeah, little bit. So I can put my head on the floor. But because I'm doing the base with my leg too, it's gonna be really hard for him to bridge. So when you walk that way, you gotta open your leg, okay? Don't keep your hook, like when you're here, try to put your knee on the floor like this. Because that's when he's gonna bridge. So if I go here, and I put my knee on the floor, kick me that way, Pablo. He's gonna kick you like this, okay? So walk with your leg like super wide and open. It's pretty much like he lose like the feeling of a strong hook, you know, because you're going away from him. Okay?
Professor, are you pushing into him and putting it over his chest like this?
Yeah, I'm hugging super tight. When I hug, I go like like this. I hug super, super tight. Okay? And then I start moving. Because I need to isolate the upper body.
When you're passing the knee over the body, is it worth trying to underhook this arm, or should you just keep that?
No, don't underhook because then you're gonna lose the control.
Okay.
You're gonna give too much space, then he's gonna escape. Okay, especially flexible guys.
Do you personally ever like to just, once you get the walk to the other side, just push down?
Yeah, you can go straight to mount. But this is like, it requires size. You need to be like long limbs. Like what Connor is saying is doing this. When you got here and you got the hook, it's like going this way, and it's just like, right? Yeah. So it's powerful. It works. But if you're like short frame, like short limbs, it's kind of like you lose the control. But if you feel like you're long limbs and you feel your opponent already lost the connection of the hook, you can use that. Because once he doesn't have connection, it's hard for him to move you. Okay? All right, let's work. 1, 2, 3.